We're back with another Saturday Sarnie. Every Saturday for the month of July, we're going to be bringing you some top-notch banging Sarnies. Today we've got bacon, lettuce and tomato. Bacon is going to be back bacon, charred and then hit with some smoky whiskey. Shreddis in the form of lettuce, and then the tomatoes come in a punchy, aromatic, spiced tomato chutney. Let's get it. Shreddis. Put them flat onto your board and then roll them up. Engage your fingers and then slice through. We're going to get it into the bowl. Now the lettuce is in the fridge, sliced and ready to go. We're going to work on the tomato chutney. So just take the top and bottom off your shallot, in half. When you're peeling the shallot as well, you want to take the first layer of that skin off, just because it can be a little bit chewy. Garlic clove, onto the board. Give that a good crack with the back of your knife and you just slice through. We're going to slice the garlic, slice the shallot into the bowl. Cut your tomatoes in half. You want to get your tray upside down, put your tomatoes on top of the tray, all laid out roughly, you don't have to line them up, and then get your other tray on top, push down, secure it, and with a serrated knife, we're going to slice straight through the middle of those tomatoes. And you've taken chopping a punnet of tomatoes from 2 minutes to 10 seconds. Get those into your bowl. Now, seasoning. We go chili flakes. We go onion seed. We go fennel seed. Good amount of sugar. The famous S&P. Good hit of vinegar. Now this is a white wine vinegar. We've used a white wine vinegar because we're adding the sugar ourselves. This is just a good quality organic white wine vinegar. You want to get the live cultures if you can. The flavour's great, the balance is great, and you can taste what it is. It's not just a hit of acidity. It brings its own sort of complexity, its own flavour to the dish. Give that a stir. Then we get our pan on. Nice hot pan, tomatoes in. That aggressive heat is going to bring out the moisture in the tomatoes, which is going to mix with the sugar and then create a jammy consistency around the outside of it. You don't want to cook these within an inch of their life. You want them fresh, you want them hot. You want to keep the integrity and the fresh flavour of tomato. This isn't a jam you'll cook for 3 or 4 hours. This is a quick chutney that you hit in a hot pan, take out and put to one side. Okay, so we're really cooking down now. You can see it's slightly started to caramelise on the bottom. All the tomato juice is reducing down and becoming a nice thick caramel. And while the tomatoes are still beautifully red and vibrant, they've still got the freshness, they've still got their integrity. Gonna give it one last stir. Tomatoes out into the bowl. We're gonna put a cartouche on top and bang it in the fridge. That'll keep happily in there for about 5 days. Now the mayonnaise, we're gonna make our own. I've got egg yolks left over from the meringues I've been making. I want to put 3 of those out into a bowl. Dijon goes in. A good amount of moisture, i.e. vinegar. Now black pepper, bacon, tomato, lettuce. It's a match made in heaven. I love it. I always have, and I always will. So what we're going to do is bang a good amount of black pepper in this. Don't be shy. You want the freshly cracked stuff. I crack mine at the start of the week and then use it throughout the week. Now when you're making mayonnaise, you've got to whisk R. Get a little blue piece of cloth or a tea towel onto your bench to help secure your bowl as you whisk in that oil. The blue cloth will help stop the bowl moving around, but if you do have someone to lend a hand, then they can hold it for you. So we are emulsified, the mayonnaise is made. Lemon, zest in, and then we go juice. We're going to hit it with a good amount of salt. It's done. Quick taste test. We've got the salt, we've got the acidity, we've got the heat of the black pepper. Perfect base for this beautiful BLT sandwich. Straight in the fridge. Now we're on to the main event, bacon. We're going to use a heavy bottom pan because we want a consistent heat throughout the caramelisation of the bacon. We're going a little bit hard on this because we want char, we want smoke. We want it to burn slightly so we can deglaze with that whiskey. The whiskey's going to bring a beautiful oak smoke hit to this bacon. That tomato chutney, that big punchy black pepper mayonnaise. You need something to stand up to it, and whiskey glazed smoked bacon is exactly that. Pan on, we want a good glug of oil in there, and then we put the bacon in. So we've got that smoked bacon, that salty caramelised bacon, and you can see It's starting to get charred, it's starting to get burned. That is what we want. Whiskey in, heat up, and then you reduce. Hey, Jimmy! It's in my eyes! And you're collecting. All those gnarly bits of goodness are starting to dissolve down. Those caramelised sugars are dissolving down into that whiskey, and it's creating a jus. You're deglazing the pan, deglazing the flavour, not leaving it in the pan so it ends up in the wash-up. You're taking it off of the pan and sticking it to that meat, sticking it to the bacon. And then this is what you end up with. A beautifully glazed, dripping powerhouse of flavour. It's charred, it's smoky, it's salty. It's nice. Now what better way to mop up those flavours left in the pan than toasting your bread? We're going to toast these on one side so we have the crunch to get your bread straight in the pan. And you just want that medium heat until it's golden brown. And this is where we bring everything back together. The tomato chutney, the mayonnaise is out of the fridge. We've got our bacon ready to put in and our beautiful thinly cut shredders. So this is what we're looking for, guys. The rest of that beautiful bacon flavour, those gnarly bits just mopped up by that bread. All the flavour has been taken out of that pan and it's going to go straight in your mouth. Now we're at the finishing stages. We build. We've got our bread perfectly toasted in bacon fat. Good dollopy of mayonnaise. Spread that out onto the bread. And then we hit it with our spiced, fragrant tomato chutney. Our layers of deglazed, intense whiskey bacon, finished with a good fistful of that shredders. More mayo on the lid, lid on. Saturday sarnies, it's what it's all about. One thing you need in your arsenal is a good bread knife, a good, sharp, serrated knife. Let's carve. I don't know what to say, it's mental. Really nice. BLT, properly done. Let's taste it. You've got that hit of the smoky whiskey bacon, the spice, the fennel, the onion seed, you can feel it, it warms your mouth. That fresh lettuce just cleans off the palate, and then that undeniably unctuous fried bacon bread. It's a banging sandwich, make sure you get it at home. Thank you all.